Greetings everybody, this is Leviathan here, and one of the things that we've been waiting for has been revealed. Yes, people were asking in the stream when we would be fully aware and notified of what the Season 13 rewards, conquests, Heydrig's gifts, etc. would be. And today a blog post went up, maybe a few hours ago, giving us exactly those details. So we can go ahead and look through the Season 13 rewards. To start off, as per usual, we have the Transmog that you get. Pretty sure you unlock these when you get to that Chapter 4 conclusion. I haven't been paying too much attention because it's been the same reward on the Transmog side for pretty much the inception of seasons. But we do have some pretty hype things here. We have this new portrait frame, which is based on Imperius, you know, the angel that's really mad at you in Reaper of Souls, just super emo. And then this really interesting looking bloody bear pet. So for those of you that like pets, you got a new one to go ahead and collect. And again, those are all unlocked once you complete Chapter 4 of your seasonal journey. The Imperius thing looks pretty cool. That should be a fun one to get. And the pet, I have no real recollection or connection to it. It's called Blaine's bear. Not really sure who Blaine is, except the gym leader at Cinnabar Island for my Pokemon fans, right? So in any case, we're gonna move right along. For those of you who still have yet to unlock all of your stash tabs through the seasonal journey, be aware, of course, that each season you can unlock one of those, up to a total of 4 over the course of seasonal play. So each time you get a new seasonal journey, when you get to the Conqueror tier, you can do these, as you can see on screen here. Objectives, and when you complete those, you will then unlock a stash tab. So if you're still looking for those, there you go, you have your marching orders. Continuing forward, we have the seasonal conquests, which usually when we have a PTR, so if there was a PTR during season 12, it would then have testing for season 13, and we actually would get to see what the, you know, obviously the Heydrich's gifts, but also what the conquest would be. So this is probably the latest that we've ever gotten the conquest before a season starts. So pretty interesting here, but it's all ones that we are familiar with. You have Sprinter, Speed Racer, which is the completing all the acts in under an hour. You have Divinity, Lionhearted, doing Greater Rift 75 solo. Curses, Stars Align, doing a Cursed Chest event, killing 350 or more monsters at level 70 on Torment 10 difficulty. And those of you who are familiar with this know that the best Cursed Chest for that is in Act 5, Pass of the Drowned, called the Cursed Peat, which can appear as a bounty, but there are so many bounties there, and Cursed Peat is a relatively rare one. Usually your best bet is to just run around, try to find that hill, and go up, and hopefully the Cursed Chest will be there. For the other ones, the Thrill / Superhuman, a really fun one. The No Set Greater Rift 45 completion solo. This one's a lot of fun. There are a lot of builds out there that can do it, especially now with many of the legendary powers gaining a multiplier. If you think about Braces of the First Men, Gavel of Judgment, Yang's Recurve, Dead Man's Legacy, Blade of Prophecy, Friar's Wrath, on and on and on. All these standard legendary items can give you a lot of power outside of the set. And so you can look on probably Diablo fans, or even I might throw up a video or two on some builds that you can utilize to get your Greater Rift 45 no set done. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out those videos in the future. And last but not least, well, maybe least, everyone's least favorite for sure, Masters of the Universe / Masters of Sets, which is completing 8 set dungeons. So you need 2 characters, and then you would complete, you know, if you wanted to do all 4 for each, then that would be 2 characters, 4 set dungeons each for a total of 8. Maybe you can spread it out across 3. Set dungeons are as easy as they've ever been, though, with some of the changes they've made in recent patches. You can see all the enemies right away, all the skulls are on the map. A lot of the objectives have been made easier. They give you more time to get the objectives done, so mastering set dungeons is as easy as it's ever been. So if you want to do that, and of course, along your seasonal journey, you need to master 1 set dungeon. That's where a lot of people get stuck, because they just hate set dungeons, but you gotta do them. They're there. And last but not least, we have the Heydrig's gifts, and for this, we pretty much were assuming that it was going to continue on the same cycle, because since Season 5, Heydrig's gifts were introduced, and they've been on a cycle. We had, you know, the first iteration of the 4 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then now we just completed our second cycle of seasons 9, 10, 11, and 12, and it just followed that same progression of rotating through specific ones for each season. So of course we knew that these would likely correspond to Season 5 and Season 9's Haedrig's gifts, and they did. So for the Barbarian, Might of the Earth, Crusader, Thorns of the Invoker, Demon Hunter, Shadow's Mantle, Monk, Monkey King's Garb, also known as Sun Wukong, a very, very nice start. Necromancer, Anarius, the Grace of Anarius, Witch Doctor, Raiment of the Jade Harvester, and last but not least, for sure here, Wizard, Firebird's Finery. So I'm thinking probably your strongest bets are going to be Demon Hunter, Shadows. That's a great set. That's easy to get off the ground, especially for getting that Greater Rift 20 done in Chapter 4. Really easy because the 2-piece of that set's so powerful. As you know from last season, Sun Wukong's was just the tour de force for monks, so that's going to be a really nice start, both for speed farming and Great Rift clearing. And I think Anarius is solid. It's not going to be your end-all be-all, of course, because you'll eventually want to get into your Pestilence and your Rathmas, but Necros, will still be very strong and used in the rat run meta and such, so starting with the Necro is never a bad idea. And even Firebird's Finery is a really good one too. Wizards have been in a strong spot for quite some time. Crusader's still going to be very strong with Condemn, but starting with Invoker is kind of slow. Thorns is really good early because it doesn't take a great amount of gear, but you probably are going to want to get to a cons as soon as possible. So things to consider. Otherwise, stuff that we already knew. Season 13 does start. It's set to start next Friday, February 23rd at 5 p.m. PST for the Americas, and so on and so forth for the other regions out there. The non-seasonal leaderboards are not going to be wiped. The new era, the latest era, has just started with last season, November 9th. So that's continuing onward for those of you that do not play seasons. And just some more information here. So I'm going to put a link to this blog post in the video description below. Let me know if you're hyped for, your Heydrig's gifts, now that you know what they are. What class are you going to play? What are you going to start with? Do you plan to play multiple classes this season? How do you feel about the Conquests? Are there any that you tend to enjoy or dislike? I'm going to actually try to run the Speed Racer solo this season. Say that 10 times fast. So I'm kind of excited. I've never done it solo. I've always done it in groups and we've been pretty successful, but solo should be interesting. And yeah, what do you think about the rewards as well? These seem pretty cool. I really do like the portrait frame quite a bit, and it's nice, I guess, that they're introducing some new cosmetics. There's still somebody out there making things, which is great. So yeah, hop into the comments, let me know what you think. Let's talk it up. Get some hype going. Season 13 is coming next Friday. We have a little bit more time to kill. Like I said, I'll be producing a few more videos for you guys, so make sure to look out for those here on the channel. You don't want to miss them. And I'll see you guys in that next video when it goes up. Adios for now.